Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the wrap up for the 8th of May, 2020. Again, if you guys are new here, what this particular series is my thoughts on the market for the weekend, and as well as looking at basically a strategy that I created that has me using Trade Ideas Backtester, an ability to backtest scenarios to find some scenarios that are working well in this particular market, then taking those and scanning through the lists that those produce and coming up with too long and too short ideas for next week. I then load them into Trade Ideas to have them kind of completely traded for me and close them out Friday, go into cash, start again. I show you guys the results and the cycle continues. So essentially what I'm looking for in this is just some way to have another trading style on top of kind of my more active ones. And if you go on the channel, you'll see that there is, live day trading, live swing trading. There's another swing trading video coming up next week, all kinds of different educational content, but this is just a style that I trade along with those other styles as well. I feel kind of style diversification is important as well, where, some people are just day traders or just swing traders, and that's fine. But I think some sort of combination of different styles definitely helps out to make sure that, if something's not working super well, then something else is. So here in the market, we had this nice kind of pull back and tag the 20 and then pop up from there, which is great for the bull case, and still kind of in this overall, call it a wedge or a channel riding higher or something like this. But, certainly no reason to pop in front of this yet and kind of cry that that's the top. Got the 200-day moving average right here. I don't know if that's going to come into play or not, but we do have some gaps that it could fill in through here as well. So, just overall uptrend in light of an overall downtrend if this low here breaks. And if not, then, we could be recovering for good, but who knows? So here this week, we lost $100 per 100 shares traded. So $1.19. It was a little closer to $1 when I closed them out. Basically just 2 of the 4 triggered, MOH triggered, and we looked like a genius for a while. And then it came down Thursday and Friday. It was about flat. No win, no loss there. And then IRDM, same kind of thing. It just chopped around, really not much movement, but was down a little bit when we popped up. So over here on the spreadsheet, you can see this is the no trades that happened last week, and then this is the loss from this week. Still overall great performance, and again, I'm certainly not going to complain about a loss or 2 a month. We've been doing way better than that. So, all right, so what are we looking at for this week? So the 2 longs, I'm looking at AYI, essentially looking at this descending triangle right here near support. So we had this big pullback. We developed a kind of a little support area in here, and then we put in this descending triangle with a doji here and a doji here. So I think a breakout of this is a potential catalyst. Next is SINA. Same exact kind of pattern, right? You have this flat bottom, these kind of pulling back. And I know, generally speaking, people like to look at trading descending triangles from the bottom here, but I've mentioned a few times in the past that I am contrarian to that, where I believe that the much better play is to take it as it kind of peels off of support here. You know exactly where your risk is, and there have been some studies showing that statistics are a little bit better trade it that way. VIRT, basically just look at this giant engulfing candle that happened here after this run. And you can see here we have an ascending wedge up into this pattern. So I think if we kind of break here and hold below it, we could continue lower there. This one's been a monster recently since kind of the virus has started. This one's been a bit of a beast. So I think it may kind of come the other way if and when things start to calm down. Last but not least is STAA. Look at the spinning topping tail, spinning top, right? A lot of indecision happening up through here. And if we zoom out of this one, this is kind of an important area just overall in the chart. If we just kind of put a line where we're hanging out here, you can see that it bounced off here pretty significantly. It was the top in through here. It was a little bit of a top through here. So just an area of interest and some indecision candles from there. So that is what we're looking at for this week. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, on Bitcoin, right, we were looking here to see if this pattern would coil back down. We took a little short in through here and got quickly stopped out before this monster run. It's one of those things that it looks overextended, but really it's just kind of done this V-shaped bottom. So we'll see what happens when it gets up here, how long it tags around this very important 10,000 mark. Plus you have that halvening thing coming out, but I'm not, I'm not able to really comment too much on the halvening stuff, because my theory behind it is different from most, is that everyone knows when it's going to happen. Everyone knows what's going to happen. So then why do we care, right? That's my kind of theory of it. So I'm trading as if it doesn't exist and just looking purely at the technicals. But it has seemed to kind of been a magnet, call it a year of, this $10,000 area, a little bit above, a little bit below, a little bit above, a little bit below. So I think until this kind of resolves one way or another, we're just going to be sitting here waiting. So that is it for this week. Until I talk to you guys, trade safe.